great blocking downfield, not only by Zimba, but Ben Tate as well.
Well, so much for the spring game being just vanilla. That was strawberry and then some.
Well, when you're the offensive coordinator and you see yourself go 3 and out, and obviously that first team offense really hadn't, you say, hey, we're going to have to open it up a little bit here. We're going to have to do some different things, and eventually you're going to have to throw in a reverse. You're going to have to throw in a play action and try to take a chance up top.
So the Cody Burns offensive unit has had 3 possessions and have reached the end zone all 3 times. Ben Tate, a pair of touchdowns, one from 46 yards out. And Terrell Zachary on the 70-yard play action reverse. And I know it's early, but the early returns are good.
You have to be excited if you're an Auburn fan from what you've seen, and not only from just the kids going out and making plays, but the style. Well, we've seen some north and south running. You've seen the offensive linemen, whether it's Isom, Zimba, downfield, physical, making blocks, giving you that extra effort that it's going to take to win ball games.
Byram's kick again to the freshman Caleb, who drops the football but gets a fortunate bounce. And that'll probably have him getting a discussion from new special teams coach Jay Bulware. Speed is good, but holding on to the football is better.
It's the most important thing there is. Turnovers are so many times the key in this conference, especially to wins and losses. This is the group here that wants to turn it up a notch. This is the group that has struggled. And a lot of times you get the second group out there, you're mixing and matching some offensive linemen. A couple of the first guys might stay in. You're getting new tailbacks in and out. You're trying to get other guys playing time. So they don't have the continuity that first group does. But Neil Cottle especially, because he's caught in the mix of this quarterback race, he wants to get a drive going.
Certainly there's competition at every moment. Cottle in the air again. Slipping and falling on the play was Harry Adams, and the pass looked to be on target, but Adams had slipped and fallen. Here's a guy that this spring was moved from defensive back to wide receiver, so he's still learning the system and really learning how to run the routes.
Exactly, getting in and out of your breaks, the footwork, so important. A lot of people think it's just basically going out there and beating a guy off the ball and getting open. A lot of footwork, a lot of hip movement goes into playing wide receiver and defensive back, and it's totally different. 2 different sides of the football, but still a nice read by Neil Cottle there. The blitz came up top from Craig Stevens, and he got rid of the football quickly.
Cottle with a flip over to McCaleb. McCaleb cuts it inside, gets to the 25-yard line. 5-yard pickup on the first carry of the day for the freshman from Fort Meade, Florida. And we were talking about competition, how important this possession is probably starting to feel for Neil Cottle. McCaleb has really impressed people this spring. Coach Chiswick had said every time these guys take the field, practice or anything, he wants a winner and a loser.
And he wants them to compete.
3rd and long, quick toss. Michael Gibson. The flag on the play. Actually, that's Ralph Spry. Spry on the catch. It's going to be a first down. Pick up the flag. And so for the first time, the Cottle unit has a first down.
Quick toss to the flat there. Looked like Cottle's initial read. Maybe saw blitz, got rid of that football early, allowed his back to go out in space and make a play.
Quick toss again out into the flat. Ralph Spry again. Defense quick to cover, but Spry won't go down, so it takes a team meeting to force him to the turf. Walter McFadden among those on the tackle.
And really what this is what we call an uncovered. You have a slot receiver, and you're either going to walk the linebacker out over the receiver, or he's going to stay in and try to stop the run. Linebacker's not walked out. You see Craig Stevens does a nice job of getting out there to try to make a play, but Neil Cottle, a nice adjustment, sees what's available, takes it early.
Gain of 1 after all of that. Cottle quick strike, and there's another drop. That'll get Trooper Taylor hair on the back of his neck, as again it's Harry Adams. He played wide receiver some in high school. He's a former track star from the state of Florida, but he's been a defensive back here at Auburn until this spring when he's made the move to wide receiver, and that was a matter of it hit him right in the chest.
And it's just concentration, focus, repetition. being out there catching those footballs, you see Coach Taylor waste no time relieving his duties to the sideline.
Spry, the man in motion. Caudle under pressure, throws it away. It's incomplete, and once again, his unit will have to punt. Now, one of the things Trooper Taylor has been really hammering home on the receivers is to catch a ball with your hands and focus on the ball, especially the last foot or 6 inches into the hands. And there was a situation where Adams let it hit him in the chest, and that's why you want to catch it with your hands. If it hits you in the shoulder pads of the chest, it can bounce away and become more difficult to catch. Let's go down to Melissa.
I've got more on that. You know, even though some of the key playmakers at receiver are out with injuries, it hasn't stopped this unit from playing with a chip on its shoulder. As you mentioned, Trooper Taylor, he hasn't held back at all with these guys this spring. He told them the perception among fans and opposing teams is that Auburn receivers just aren't very good and that they're not respected. Tim Hawthorne says this is an offense that allows skilled players to shine, and there's no excuse why the receivers can't be playmakers. He says Taylor challenged the group, told them he was going to hold them accountable for their actions. If one person messed it up in the group, the entire group will be held accountable. Hawthorne says that's been key in moving forward this spring, and he says so far it's really helped these guys get them going and try to get them back to where they can earn that respect from their opposing teams and from their fans, guys.
And that's been a situation in practice. If one of the wide receivers drops 2 balls or the group drops 2, everyone runs twice. If the group drops 17, they all run 17 or whatever it is. A 38-yard punt by Clinton Durst to Quindarius Carr on the receiving end as they search for the right guys to return punts and kicks. But again, those special teams plays will not be live, at least not on the tackle. It's Gene Chiswick, the final minute and a half of the first half, things flying by, but that's the way he wants it and really needs it. We had mentioned all the injuries through the course of this spring has kept them from splitting the rosters and playing more of a game. But Neil Caudle is getting another opportunity at quarterback before the end of the first half. Albert is set back behind him. Caudle again to the air. Mario Fannin, defense collapsing. Fannin across the 40. And that was all Mario Fannin, turning those yards into positive yards.
And this is a guy who's going to thrive in this system. They're going to give him the football through the air. He'll play some tailback. He's going to be that motion man a lot of times where he has the option to take the handoff. The quarterback keeps it. But again, a nice read by Neil Caudle there. Spencer Pybus, the linebacker, blitzing through the A-gap. Delivers that football quickly, takes no chance of a sack.
Albert changes sides, gets the football. No, it's play action. Caudle keeps it. The clock continues to run. So a very short gain for Neil Caudle on the keeper. And when talking about Mario Fannin, he plays what is most often referred to as an H-back, but in Gus Malzahn's system, it's a 3. He's got numbers. Considering numbers, under 10 seconds to play, looks like the final play of the first half. Justin Albert will run the clock out, and so the walk-on from Prattville, Alabama, brings the first half to an end, and a quick half it was, but it was filled with quick strikes. Ben Tate, a 46-yard touchdown run. Ben Tate, a 9-yard touchdown run. And Terrell Zachary, a 70-yard run on a reverse. We're halfway home on the A-Day at Auburn.
Welcome back, everyone. Auburn's A-Day game here on CSS. We're at halftime, and that means we get to talk to some former Auburn players. And joining me now, former defensive end Quentin Groves. Quentin Groves, now a part of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tell me a little bit about your rookie season in the NFL.
Fast. I mean, fast and tiresome. I mean, you go from a college season in January to the combine in February to pro days in March to a draft in April to mini camps in May, to training camps in July and August, and then you go from that into the season, which is 16 weeks. Man, it's draining. Man, I think I tried to say I wasn't going to hit the rookie wall, but I hit it probably about week 13, and I was like, oh, my goodness. We still got like 3 more weeks of this. But it was a great learning experience. It was fast, you know what I mean? And I tried to learn as I go. But the thing with rookies is rookies don't know what to expect when they come into the league and know how to work out when they come into the league. And that's what I had to learn how to do. And that's what I'm doing now this offseason, that I'll be much improved. And it was just fast, man. Everything happened so fast. You get all this money, then you come back, you got to play, and then you got to do all this and do all